Hi everyone, welcome to my tutorials. This week we're going to be learning how to make Chester Chick. He's perfect for any kind of Easter cake or cupcake topper or just make him for fun. For this model you'll need modelling paste. I've used the Saraceno pasta model. You can buy that in white and then colour it with these concentrated gel colours. So you'll be needing yellow, orange and white paste, some black pearls, these are the PME black pearls that we used in previous tutorials, a butter knife, it doesn't need to be anything sharp because it's for children, a cocktail stick, a paintbrush and a small pot of water. Okay, let's get started. I'll just pop him down there. Okay, so with the yellow paste, it's the main part of this chick. You want to give that a squidge and make it nice and soft. It's about 50 grams of paste for the model this week. You want to try and make it into a nice smooth ball and get rid of all the cracks and lines. With this paste you can just rub them out with your thumb. Okay, so you want to roll it into a ball in the palms of your hands. There you go. Once you've got it in a ball, you're going to use your finger and your thumb to roll about a third of the way down to create a kind of dent all the way around, which is going to mark his head and his body like that. Then you're going to smooth off any edges until you've got a nice body and head. Okay. Okay. Depending on how much paste obviously you use will depend on how big your chick model becomes at the end. And then you want to take some orange paste . You want a little ball, roll a little sort of pea-sized piece of paste into a ball with your finger. If you just go round and round in the palm of your hand until you get a nice ball. And you want to make 2 of those the same size. Again, round and round with your fingers in the palm of your hand. And just check they're about the same sort of size. Ooh. Then put them back, one of them back in the palm of your hand and use your finger and just roll just the end of one at an angle until you've got a sort of carrot shape, but just a little one because these are going to be his feet and we don't want them too big. And then the same for the other one. And then press them down slightly. Just try them for size. It might be a little bit big actually. I'm going to just make them a little bit smaller. So you can just take a bit off. Roll them into the ball. Just do that quickly. And back into the teardrop shape and press it down slightly. That's the good thing about these modelling pastes. If you make a mistake, you just squidge it back again. And put it down, press it down slightly. So it's got 2 feet. And then you just place the little chick on top of his feet. Like that. You just press the feet down slightly and then use the cocktail stick to mark 2 lines in each foot. Oh, I'll add a little bit of water just to secure that. So there you go. It's going to be a little dumpy chick, I think, this one. Right, for the wings, you want to take 2 small pieces of yellow paste. And again, roll these into little balls in the palms of your hands. You want to see if you can get, rolling away. You want to see if you can get them the same size, because that means that then you're going to end up with 2 wings that are the same size. That's it. Roll them into teardrop shapes as before. There's one. It's a bit bigger. And then press them onto the side of the chick. You're pressing them onto just about where it changes size, sort of in that dent. Press them in like that. And then you're going to mark 2 little dents for eyes. Again, where at that point where it gets a bit narrower. Mark the little dents with for eyes. And you can use the little black pearls. Just pop a couple of those out first. These are really worth buying for models, particularly for children's models, because it makes it so much easier than rolling tiny pieces of paste. Nice and easy just to push in. So it's beginning to look like a chick now. Just need to add a beak. So for that you want a tiny piece of orange paste. And we're going to press it into a triangle shape using our fingers. Might be a bit big now. Again, it's a bit hit and miss. Have a go and see if it looks too big, then just take it off and make it a little bit smaller. So you want to use your fingers in a kind of a triangle shape. Your thumb, your other thumb, and your index finger, and you're going to push them together to make a triangle. Nice and simple. And then flatten it down a bit. Okay, and you're going to hold it on there. You can see that that one's a bit too big. So I'm just going to break that in half because it's actually about twice the size that you need, and have another go. So I'm going to press in with my 2 thumbs and my index finger to create that triangle, flatten it down slightly, and then go to put it on. It's still a bit too big. Take another bit off. Roll it again. You'll be really good at doing this by the end of this, won't you? Pressing it in with your thumb, your other thumb, and your forefinger, index finger. Then push that onto his face, just below his eyes. You can use your cocktail stick to press it down on either side and at the top and the bottom if it doesn't want to stay on. There you go. Right. Just needs his eggshell now. For the eggshell, this really is a bit of trial and error, really, because it depends on how big the chick's head's ended up. You want to pull off a piece of white paste, roll it into a ball, and then flatten it with your index fingers and your thumbs until you've got a rough circle. And if you lay the circle over the top, you can see whether it's the right size, whether it's too big, too small. That's about the right size for this chick. It's just hanging over at the front and the side and the back. Looks like he's wearing a funny hat at the moment. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use our butter knife and we're going to cut out little triangles around. This paste, because it's nice and soft, will pull a little bit because the knife isn't particularly sharp. We're just going to go over those bits with our finger just to tidy them up. So you're just taking tiny little triangles off there. All the way around. And just take your time on this bit. It does take a while. Try and make them irregular as well, so you've got some bits where you're taking out tiny triangles and others where you're taking out sort of slightly longer sections. So more of a longer one there. Okay, so we've got a sort of jaggedy edged circle now. And you're just going to see whether that fits over the top of his head. Okay, right. It's about the right size. It's about a few millimetres thick. We're just going to place it in the middle of his head. So it's like a kind of funny sort of star on his head at the moment. And we're just going to push the edges of it down over the sides and back and front of his head. So it looks like he's just come out of his shell. That one's quite shaped quite nicely around his eyes, actually. But if this side is a bit big over the front of his eyes, then just turn it round and you'll probably find that one of the other sides fits better. But there you go. There's Chester Chick just out of his shell. As I do lots and lots of miniatures are kind of the thing I do more than ever. I felt it would only be right to show you his friend, teeny Chester, to sit with them. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, have a look at my work on www.facebook.com/daisycakes by Sarah. Thank you.